Okay, I just at a meeting here, and I have a person here that should be a interesting debate. He's a politician, and we're going to have a chat, see how it goes. And what's your name?
My name is David Kelly.
David, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
You know what? If you would have walked by me, I would have never recognized you. You lost some weight.
Yes, I've lost some weight, yes.
How much you lost?
About 40 pounds.
Are you okay? Everything's fine?
Yes, feeling great, yes.
Feeling great?
Yeah.
So you've been a councillor for how long?
Since 1999.
Because a lot of people read this blog and they don't know who David Kelly is.
Right.
Now, since when again?
I was elected in 1999. I actually ran in memory of my late father, Donald Kelly, who was the councillor before me, and was on for 5 different terms since the 70s, actually.
I hear he was a councillor.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, and he was in a wheelchair.
Yes, my father was a paraplegic, actually. He had an unfortunate accident back in the 70s, which resulted in him being confined to a wheelchair.
Really?
Yes.
So I hear he was quite a character. That's what I hear. I mean, he was a person that would speak out.
Yes,
just like his son.
Well, I was just going to say, yes, I guess one of the things that I learned from my father is you say what's on your mind, and that's one of the things. My father was always that way. He said what was on his mind. When people asked him his thoughts on something, he never hesitated to give them.
Every party, or every, like in St. John, we had the Albert Vincent. We always had somebody that was sort of like troublemaker. But you caused a few issues there, like
sure.
The magazine thing there.
Oh yes.
Remember the pit bull? There was a story in the Toronto paper that you used in your column or something. That was what, 3-4 years ago?
Oh, this would have been back in the if I'm not mistaken, it was 2002, about dogs.
Yeah.
Pit bulls and stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And there were some individuals that were trying to have a ban on pit bulls in certain municipalities.
And you used a column in the Toronto paper,
yes,
and then you hot water.
Yeah. Well, I made a comment, and I was contacted by a newspaper outfit through the SPCA's, and of course they contacted me with my thoughts, and they published them in the Ontario newspaper. Yes.
And then you had the handicap thing there. You know, when you park the handicap, you always. What I'm saying is, you always manage to some issues to bring to the attention.
Well, you know what, again, because anybody that knows me, of course, with my father being a paraplegic, me being very outspoken about people that either A, abuse disabled parking spots, or also vocal about people or businesses that try to have to do what they can to make their businesses accessible and more accessible for people that are disabled, and for people to be able to help people suffering from various disabilities. And of course, if anything, this particular incident that you're referring to, the very stormy winter day when I actually parked a vehicle in behind City Hall, and I parked over top of a painted spot which you couldn't see because of all the snow. And of course, when I was told about it, I went downstairs and moved my vehicle, but unfortunately the media happened to hear about it.
Exactly.
And as I said to the media, I said, well, I'm the last person in the city of Fredericton that's going to intentionally park in a disabled parking spot for 2 reasons. A, because of my father, and B, I was the chair of the Rick Hansen Wheels in Motion event, and I'm a board member of the Canadian Paraplegic Association in Fredericton.
Exactly.
So I think I'm the last person that's going to...
And after all those issues...
But guess what?
Go ahead.
Good things happened out of that, believe it or not, because after that, the city of Fredericton, we put our disabled parking signs on posts, so that when you park in a disabled parking spot, instead of just having something painted on the asphalt, it's on a post, so you can see it clearly. Good.
And after all that, that's where we're going to get to part 2. Right. After all this, you still managed to get re-elected, no problem.
Well, I wouldn't say it was no problem, but look,
you got re-elected.
I am who I am, and I give my side of my views, and I stick up for the people as best as I can.
We're going to get to that in 1 second. Wait a minute.